Also, there's more TV scandals. There's a show called Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You don't know the great Ghost Adventures where they go into a room and go, did you hear that?
Oh, is that show?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh, that show where
You go back and listen to it, and it's like, he said the devil.
The electricity spiked. Yeah. They're here.
Yeah, the show where they've never seen a ghost in 1,000 episodes.
Well,
very
it's Ghost
same.
Adventures.
But you think you'd see one. I did one of those shows, sorta, but the whole camera crew was out of the room when I saw.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, you've told this story. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It was
I'm not-
absolutely nuts. I absolutely believe in ghosts now because
I'm not
You
placating.
saw a goat here?
No, it was in Michigan. It was in, I want to say Westland, Michigan, or Warren. Yeah, for real. A ghost came over the radio, talked to this woman. Apparently it was her dad. Like, I'm just
Were
sitting
you
there.
there for the purpose of ghost hunting?
Yes.
Oh,
I was
okay.
invited as a comic to insult the people doing it.
And then it happened to you.
So, like, this lady was telling me about how, like, this one ghost haunts her and calls her racial slurs and all this stuff. And I'm just like, who are you being haunted by? Like, is it just the ghost who's doing this? You know, it's not a neighbor.
Samuel L. Jackson. He's astral projecting.
Boo, motherfucker!
Quack ass bitch.
Ethnic ghost.
Yes. Well, so they were downstairs and like a faucet turned on out of nowhere. And I was like, well, that's weird, but that's not really proof of a ghost. But I'm upstairs and I'm just up there because I went outside to smoke. And then I came back in at the time I smoked. And there's this radio that just turns on as this woman's like, hey, sorry, I just got to walk through the house real quick. And then it stops and it says like Diane. And she like stops and it's the radio. And I'm like, well, that's weird. And it was like using the frequencies to pick up words. And then she's like, who is this? And she's like already frozen, like this has happened. And then she's like, who is this? And then it just keeps going. She goes, who is it? And it just goes, Dad. And she's like, if you're really my dad, prove it. And then it was a commercial for Big Boy. And she started bawling her eyes out. And I was sitting there and like the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And people say, oh, it's for a TV show. But again, the cameras weren't anywhere. This is no...
So no footage was captured?
No, they were all downstairs doing ghost hunting when this happened. She just came in to get a jacket. So then her husband comes in, and unless she's an Oscar-winning actress, she's now bawling her eyes out, hugging him. And then I see a flash of light, and it's a mustache guy with like an eagle tattoo. And I like look, I'm like, what? And that looked like a mustache on an eagle. Like it was a weird, like quick, like thing I saw. So then I said that later, and her dad had a mustache and an eagle tattoo.
That's crazy.
I saw it flash in the door before I ever, and then I just brought it up and I was like, did he have a mustache and anything with eagles? And she was like, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
He was calling his daughter racial slurs?
No,
that was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
The original. Okay.
The two women brought us to a supposed haunted house. I should explain that. Who were ghost hunters. She had lost her son, so she started using a Ouija board to find.
Bad idea.
Which once she tells you, "I've lost my son," you're like, "Well, now I can't really just sit here and mock you."
Yeah.
So she had used a Ouija board to start contacting the dead, and she was with another woman who had tried to contact her husband, and they had made contact. And the whole idea is like ghosts are not evil, like they're here for a reason, that's their purpose. So I didn't really buy it, and I'm doing my best to like, I don't want to make fun of this, but I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
So then they went downstairs and they were doing that thing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go outside and smoke. This is very awkward calling like the name of whoever we're looking for. And then this whole thing happened while I just came in from a cigarette, and I was like. And right when we leave, my friends are like, well, that was a total bullshit thing. And I'm like, no, it wasn't.
You're like, I believe.
Honestly, and I went home, and I remember my wife was like, Tammy goes, did you see a ghost? I was like, yeah, I think so.
Man.
She's like, are you bothered? I'm like, no, it was honestly one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, no good music for that one? He gets womp, 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 but he didn't get any beautiful classical music.
No, it was, though. I mean, it was amazing. Like, she was like, bawling her eyes out, and I was sitting there frozen with. I still get shivers from it.
And you just had to go back into Garrett's like, was your son gay by any chance?
Yeah. I started asking him
gotta
all
get
sorts of
footage,
questions. I don't know how to tell you this. He's in hell for his choices.
I'm hearing flames, screaming.
I'm hearing a lot of.
Oh yeah. I believe he's sucking a demon.
That's what it's. Yeah, I don't disparage the idea of ghosts and doing the ghost hunting, but just the shows. You know,
Well, they
where,
never-
where they said it.
the show
all
ever
set
air?
up and crap.
It's online somewhere. Yeah, where we talk to them. Yeah. But no, they never find. Well, it's like looking for Bigfoot, and you're
But
like,
it's the constant just crescendo, and then it's like, and then next week maybe we'll find one,
Right.
and then that's the way they end every episode.
Yep.
They trick people for 80 fucking episodes.
yeah, or they'll leave the room and they'll come back and they'll go, the cross is upside down. It's like, well, anybody could have done this.
Be like,
There's a million cuts in this.
did you just see over there? Oh my fucking god!
Oh no, how did that happen?
Paper just went down there.
Papers flying through the room. Oh my
God.
I think that there is something that's paranormal, and I mean, if
Yeah.
you're biblical, you're probably like you believe it's. I believe it's always you think it's a demon or something
That's
bad.
why I don't mess with no Ouija board, dude. Not even as a joke.
No, I don't
That
play with
opens
it.
up.
You want to open a
doors.
portal?
Did I tell you about the Airbnb I stayed at? Oh, exactly.
It's in your house. What's that? It's a portal to hell.
I played. It was a game night.
How I speak to It's how I speak to Gorgaman.
If you go to Joe Gatto's hotel, it's just a hole.
It's there.
He just
Show
wants
up
you to
in
play
Florida.
Ouija, and there's holes. Just portals.
Did I tell you about the Airbnb though? We stayed at an Airbnb. I was sleeping.
Close your eyes if you feel anything. It's a ghost.
Don't open your eyes. Don't ever open your
Hey, I
eyes.
think that ghost just bit your ass.
What happened to your Airbnb?
So I was sleeping in my bed, and I was, when like we do now.
Filleted like Aykroyd.
Yes.
I'm trying to get the right lighting on my dick to send my wife a picture.
Taking a million photos of my
You
dick. Then my phone fell out of my hands. and fell
Civil
on the
War
ground.
colonel was at the end of the bed.
It was like, you look at that,
Shaking his
son.
head.
We didn't used to do that back in our day.
We'd cover it in ink and smother it on a piece of paper.
We would draw titties with an ink quill. Sorry.
No, I dropped my phone and it fell on the ground. I went to pick it up, and under my bed was nothing except for a Ouija board right in the center of the bed. And I was like, no,
Ooh.
not gonna leave that there. So I moved it into the front room.
You touched it?
Oh, is that enough?
Yeah, dude.
That's more than enough.
You've imprinted on it.
Shit.
I got
I don't
tarot
like Ouija
carded
boards. I'm not
once,
into it.
and I've been. I've not had good luck since.
Yeah, makes sense. It opens up a door.
I don't
Dude.
think I've ever fucked with a Ouija board.
You're like, hey, grandma, and then somebody shows up and says, I'm grandma.
You did it. It didn't
Grandma.
work. Did you
Yeah.
do it, Angela?
I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you say yeah? Like
Yeah.
that?
Because
Yeah,
you're,
you know.
you're gothy and into horror.
I have a Ouija board blanket.
It wasn't
and
an
people,
insult.
I think,
I'm
and
not
people
into
get
it.
really like upset about it and won't like come into my.
Is it because it's covered in semen?
Yeah, that's the main reason. it's not human
This
semen
blanket is so
though.
crunchy, Angela.
It's demon semen.
Yes, it's slime.
Ectoplasm.
Yes, I got.
Did you see that movie Insidious?
Yes,
Yes.
many
Is
times.
that
With
the
Darth
one
Maul?
where the picture, the fucking crazy, deathly old woman keeps getting closer to the picture?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that shit startled me. It still to this day startles me a little bit.
It was, and that was based on a real couple.
I think it was
Who,
loosely based.
yeah, they were real.
What?
What was their name?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Warrens?
You're
Yes.
No,
yeah.
that's different. That's the Conjuring. Insidious
Oh.
is it? It's about astral projecting the
Oh,
little
correct.
kid.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but is that the? Do you know what I'm
forgot,
talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Where the
It's actually an old man in drag.
But didn't what's his name? Juan direct both of those?
James
No,
Wan?
no, he didn't.
Who did Insidious?
James Wan did Insidious.
Then who
and
did
The Conjuring? I don't think it was James.
I thought it was James Wan as well.
who did Insidious with sideburns and adults?
Yeah.
It's the same actor too. Okay, it is James Wan. Sorry.
It is James Wan,
yeah.
but it's
Ding.
not the
And
same.
it's the same. Patrick Wilson is the same.
Right.
Guy.
Yeah. But it's not the Warrens.
It's not the Warrens.
No.
Okay.
But the Warrens, yeah, totally a real thing.
Yeah, the Warrens were
And
real.
he was a monster.
the Warrens.
Yeah, yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he kept
Insidious?
a 16-year-old.
So the Warrens, yeah, and
Oh God.
And she knew about it.
She kept a 16-year-old.
They kept her there.
yeah.
And the woman, Elizabeth Warren, his wife, knew about it. And
Really?
It was like his sex slave, and she just
Yeah.
allowed
The-
it to.
Then they made a movie about their ghost thing. They were like, which movie should we do? Let's do the ghost thing first.
Like 15 movies on that.
They're
We
the
have-
Amityville people too.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Mm-hmm.
We have to keep your daughter. She's haunted. Well, that makes sense.
Checks
I'm
out.
just gonna walk out because it's the 70s and I trust you.
Yeah. You could still go to the museum with all the Annabelle's there and all that
She's
stuff.
still
so-
alive, or did she just die recently?
I think she may have passed away.
She just passed.
Annabelle was real though.
Yeah.
I don't think allegedly.
She's
Right,
a
yeah, it's an
Raggedy
actual
Ann
doll,
doll.
A Raggedy Ann doll in real life.
Which are creepy.
fuck
Have
that.
you ever seen a Raggedy Ann doll in real
I
life?
see one every night.
Okay, Joe, adult.
What?
Raggedy
And I sleep with my Raggedy Ann. And
about
Andy.
Andy?
Andy and Raggedy have fights sometimes, but they make up.
I'm in the middle.
I help them make up. I have two very sticky Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Papa kisses.
Why does it smell like feces? Don't worry about it.
We get freaky.
Raggedy Ann likes to check things for bumps.